I got a comment recently, and I actually been getting this comment a lot by the same person. They've been spamming this in my comment section. They even went to TikTok to do the same thing. Like, buddy, calm down. We're gonna be using a lot of sphere shapes in this video. The reason why I say spheres is because spheres are three-dimensional. We're also been using a lot of oval shapes and some cylindrical shapes as well. We're gonna be needing all three of these shapes today. We're going to start by adding in our first circle or sphere shape, okay? Now, at this point, we're going to make some curves and then we're gonna add our oval. Make sure it's kind of connected. Now we're gonna start dropping down our cylinder shapes, okay? Make sure you use multiple different types. You kind of want to make this bend in the actual leg and then arch it all together. From here, we're gonna drop down some more cylinder shapes like this. These are gonna be more straight than the actual back legs, but don't forget to add in the hooves. As you can see, we're just building, all right? Using these shapes all together, combining them all into one form, all right? Now we can draw on the head, and you can see we have a pretty kind of rough foundation, okay? This is gonna be our rough start, okay? If you feel free to adjust things here and there, and we have out our first actual steps all done, okay? Adjust as you go. You always want to adjust in the sketching phase. You don't want to get too much into detail yet, and then you can move on to the next steps. Now we're on to the detail phase. The details are what makes the drawing come together, all right? Using all these shapes is, the easy part. Well, actually, I wouldn't say easy. It is difficult to learn these shapes at first, but you have to make sure that you at least understand detailing as well, because you can't just have a drawing with a bunch of shapes unless you're just practicing warming up. But the details are what brings all these together, what makes it make sense, okay? And for my detail, you may notice I'm using a technique that I've told you guys not to use, and that is the forbidden chicken scratch. Now, I've done some growing. Now, chicken scratching is not the best technique for when you're drawing, certain things, okay? But it does work for certain situations. For example, chicken scratching is actually way more useful when you're drawing fur or any kind of textures on your drawing. I do not recommend chicken scratching for drawing like smooth things like skin or smooth surfaces, but for texture drawings like this donkey here, aka ass, chicken scratching is actually super useful. I recommend using it. Please use chicken scratch for animals. It's probably the best method. I'm not gonna lie, it's top tier. Now, these animals are related to horses, so honestly, you can understand kind of the structure, but they're a little bit different because they got way bigger heads, smaller bodies, and a little bit more short than horses, but they're in the same family, you know what I'm saying? Asses are like horses with like dwarfism, you know what I'm saying? That's pretty much how I could explain it, you feel me? It's pretty easy to start using that. If you understand a little bit about horses, it should be easy enough to understand asses, all right? But what if you want to draw just the head, okay? Listen, we're still going to be using our same basic shapes. Right now, I'm going to just start off by adding in a rough sketch, okay? Now, I'm going to use the different color for now because I know some of you guys have a hard time seeing, so I'll make it easier, all right? We're going to use that sphere shape, but this time, we're going to draw out more of a box, more of a tapered box, rectangular shape for the nose, okay? Because I know I didn't really break down the actual head that well, so hopefully you guys can see it better now. Using these rectangular shapes with a ball at the end is how I draw the muzzle of the actual ad. Now their eyes sit a little bit higher up, and then they actually have really big ears, so draw those in as well, okay? It might look like a weird dog at first, but just keep on adding in details. You'll see it's gonna come together, all right? And from here you should be good, okay? I always let you guys know with every tutorial, no matter what it is, use these basic shapes. Why? Because they help your brain understand. Now, don't be afraid to use references, okay? I'm not trying to let you guys say references are a bad thing, but you don't want to become dependent on them, all right? That's why I always tell you guys to break down your drawings into these shapes, because these shapes are going to really skyrocket your skills to the next level, okay? Relying on references is a beginner thing, okay? But once you become more intermediate to master level, references should be used more as a assistant, okay, rather than a need, a necessity, okay. Once you start relying on them, you start losing the ability to actually function, or sorry, not function, but drawing from your head, you know. And that's pretty much my basic tips that I have. Honestly, it's not that hard. If you guys understand how to draw, you know, these shapes, it'll be way easier for you guys to draw from memory. That's just all I gotta say about that. I'm not gonna keep on harping on it, but you guys know. One thing that I do recommend though is if you are going to use references, I still recommend that you use these shapes to break down the drawing, okay? So right here, I have a reference picture that I was using for this head, okay? But I am actually still breaking it down into its structures so I understand how these things work. Even though I have a picture next to me, I'm not following the picture, I'm using it as a guide, an assistant, like I told you guys. And for our last demonstration, I'm gonna draw this one from complete memory, and I'm gonna do it in perspective, all right? I did 3 overlapping circular shapes or sphere shapes, okay? And now I'm drawing the body kind of, you know, in a 3/4 view, turn toward the camera, but in perspective as well, okay? So you can see both front legs, both back legs, not the side view. I'm drawing the whole body, and I'm still using these basic structures. I am not using any references for this particular drawing or sketch right here. And just to show you guys that you don't need references as long as you know how to draw these shapes. I have a basic understanding of how the body works. I know that asses have bigger heads and smaller bodies, so I'm going to use that as another guide, okay? I get the proportions, I get all that stuff structured out, and you can see now I have a foundation or a rough sketch to work off of. From here, I'm going to do and treat it like how I treat every other drawing in my life, and by, you know, using this guide to add the details. All right, this right here is the key. All right, it's the key. I'm telling you guys, it's the key. All right, if you guys are really having a hard time drawing and understanding how things work, it's probably because you don't understand these shapes, okay? And like I said, no references. I mean, I do have the drawing I did earlier for the head, but like I said, the body, all brain power. And because I know how to draw these, you know, shapes in perspective, these circular shapes, these box shapes, I can create my own donkey pose and pose them wherever I want. You feel me? I don't know how many times I can say ass on YouTube without them getting demonetized, so I'm gonna keep on calling them donkeys from now on. I'm pushing my luck right now, but it is what it is, okay? I know they got rules on here, so I'm gonna be respectful and just call them donkeys from here on out, okay? And guys, if you have any other tutorials you guys want to know about, let your boy know. Whether you ask me on TikTok or if you ask me on YouTube, it doesn't matter. I take requests from both platforms because I have 2 audiences on those, all right? So if you guys need any help, just ask. Comment it down below. Just don't spam too much because I do block people who spam sometimes. It's really annoying. I didn't block this person because I gave them a chance. They didn't spam to the point where it got annoying, but they did ask a few times. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys learned something new. And if you guys need any other help, I got you. I'm actually glad I got this request because I've been meaning to do a lot more animal tutorials. I really want to start doing more animal videos on all kinds of things, birds, tigers, whatever you guys want, you know what I'm saying? It'll be fun, you feel me? But with that being said, I'm gonna hop into a time lapse and color these joints up because why not finish the drawings off? They look pretty cool. And that's gonna be it for this video, all right? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. And of course, happy April Fools, baby! We out!